What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Termite Off-Road. This week we have a bag full of sway bar disconnects from MetalCloak that we're going to be putting on the old JL here, JT, whatever, whatever you want to call it. So stay tuned. All right, well, as you heard, we have some sway bar disconnects from MetalCloak here. It's your Jeep, only better. JL, front, pretty straightforward stuff. These were about as simple of a sway bar disconnect as you can get. They were about $100, a little more than $100. I can't quite remember. But pretty straightforward installation, I believe. So yeah, just thought I almost didn't even video this because I don't anticipate it being a whole big deal, but what the heck? I don't have anything else to show you guys this week because it's been so cold. But I'm home early today. It's kind of warm. So we're going to get these wheels pulled off and lift the Jeep up a little bit higher, and we'll start putting these babies on. All right, let's see what we got here. These don't come with instructions, but I'm assuming it's either going to be pretty self-explanatory or I may can get on their website and find instructions. Haven't got that far yet. I know they are bagged up plenty. So we got our ends, which are different lengths. That's throwing me off a little bit. Got your threaded ends. These are going to mount the bracket here that when you disconnect it, you come up and you pin it. This is going to be what it's going to swivel on. So pretty straightforward, self-explanatory. So I'm gonna get online and see what the instructions are as to these two being different. It may be something obvious that's glaring at me that I just don't see at the moment, but we'll get it figured out and I'll get back with you guys here in a second. All right, so per instructions, this looks pretty straightforward. We're gonna drop this sway bar here, or just disconnect this one, and then we will disconnect this one. And then there is a bracket right here. This bracket will reuse the hardware and it will go in here. And so we'll get both sides disconnected. We'll take this one out and we're gonna put the bracket there. And after that, I think it's pretty straightforward. I think that's the only one of the things I noticed in the instructions. So I'm gonna time lapse you guys and get all of these unhooked, and then I'll check back with you here in just a second. So we've got our bracket in and tight, and I'm on the passenger side, obviously. I think you could tell that, but this bracket goes on the passenger side. We've got our pin, 3/4 nut, all tightened up, and you take the shorter of the two sway bars that's gonna go on your passenger side. So I'm gonna coat these in a silicone lube before I put it all together, just because I like doing that on stuff that I want to give a little bit of protection. So we're just screwing our end links together. loosely leave that for right now. All right, now, the other side don't have a bracket. We'll just use the factory deal there. So, coming back over here, I'm assuming that's just gonna go right there. You just stick a screwdriver in the hole and ratchet on the other end. The Jeep is metric, but everything on this kit is standard. Well, right. All right, I was correct. It does face inward. So, got it on there. I got to looking at it. So that looks funny. That don't look right. All right. Now we get back to where we were. Okay, guys, we are in there, connected there. I don't have the pins in them, but because I'm finna take them right back off. But that's your driver's side. Mine is bottomed out. There's no more threads. So what I did was I unhooked the other side because I couldn't push up enough to get it on there. So I just bottomed this one out, unhooked the other side, put it on, and then came over to the other side. And you can see I had to come off the threads just a little bit to where it would slide on easily on this end. So sway bar should be setting even now. So now we will just pull these off and we will swing them up, and up in this area, we're gonna put our little retainer guys that will hold them when they're up there. So gonna have to drill a little bit of a hole up here somewhere, but that's not a big deal. And so yeah, all right. Well, I will set you guys up. It's pretty straightforward. This is not a how-to video. Y'all know me, I don't do many how-to videos. It's pretty straightforward. Look who's here to help. But they got, decent instructions on their website. So, all right, I'm gonna pop this one off. We'll get this hole drilled, and once we get those mounted, we should be good to go. Put the wheels back on, set her back down. Well, this side is on. There's a hole right here, up in here, that I hoped I could use, but it just wouldn't. But that's there, so that slides right on there to retain that, and you will put your pin in there when you don't need it. And then, pick it back up down there. So this one's in. Pretty straightforward. Marked it, drilled me a pilot hole, and then 9/32 drill bit, which I had one, but it was dull as all get out. And so I put it in my bit sharpener. And so we're good to go now. So all right, I'll let you guys kind of watch me do this side. We'll drill this one out and mount it, and then we're done. Okay, well, don't do like I did. Pay attention to the mount for the other side. They're both angled different ways. It don't say nothing in the instructions about one being for the other, but I think if I'd have used the other mount, it would have worked. But what I did was, real simple fix, I just put it in the vise. This tab was bent facing this way, and I just gave it a few little love taps, not much at all, and got it facing back this way a little bit more. And so as you can tell, it comes on and off there pretty easy. So I'm gonna mark these holes, and we'll drill this side. I need one of those little marker punches things. I don't have one. Oh, man. Don't get no easier than that. All right, now we can hook these up, drop our pins in, and set this thing back on the ground. Well, it's in there. That wet stuff is just dry silicone. I sprayed it in there just to kind of help it slide on and off a little better. But that side's on and that side's on. So I just went down the road and I mean nothing was bumping or rubbing. So I was having kind of an issue actually with the factory ones. I guess because the sway bar being so low, I don't know, but it would actually rub the spring a little bit. But with that, there's plenty of clearance. I don't know why it was rubbing. I've looked, the spring is all configured right. I don't know why it was doing that. It's got a 2-inch lift on it, Mopar lift. But I don't know. But anyway, it's my dog's being dumb. So disconnects are on, and I think that's about it for the JL for right now, or JT or whatever. I think that's about it for it right now as far as what we're gonna do. The headliner's been doing great. The fog lights are yellow, but those lights are just not powerful. One day I may swap some LED bulbs in there or something, but for now it's fine. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That was kind of the last thing I wanted for our Big Bend trip coming up. I think we're gonna be taking the Gladiator instead of Termite. So kind of bummed about that in a way, but you know, I don't know. We just kind of talked about it, and I think that's what we're going to take. But what we both kind of envision happening is this kind of being a trip that we could definitely see if this is as fun a trip as we think it's going to be, somewhere that we go back to, because we both want to take our bikes. That's really the main thing. We both want to take is bikes. So who knows, we may go this year in the Gladiator, but then next year Andrew and I load the bikes up with Termite or something, and we go out there and we just go ride the BDR or something like that. So, but anyway, they're home now. I'm gonna go eat some supper because I'm starving. That's gonna do it for this week's video, guys. Thank y'all for watching. Give us a like and a subscribe, and Lord willing, we'll see y'all next week.